Why Europe's old aristocracy is paying close attention to Spain's future queen. What if the most influential young woman in Europe isn't a billionaire, isn't a celebrity, and isn't even a politician? What if she is a 20-year-old princess quietly preparing for a throne that has existed for centuries? Across Europe, behind the grand gates of ancient palaces and centuries-old estates, something unusual is happening. Noble families, royal households, and members of Europe's oldest aristocracy are watching one young woman with remarkable interest. Not because of scandal. Not because of controversy, and certainly not because she demands attention. They are watching because of who she is becoming. She is Princess Leonor, the future Queen of Spain. And while much of the world focuses on glamorous headlines and royal fashion, Europe's oldest aristocratic circles are paying attention to something far more important. They believe they may be witnessing the rise of one of the defining monarchs of the 21st century. But why? Why would families whose names stretch back nearly 1,000 years suddenly become fascinated by someone so young? The answer isn't obvious. It isn't about wealth. It isn't about popularity. And it isn't simply because she will wear a crown. The real story runs much deeper. It begins with history. A history that stretches across castles, kingdoms, empires, revolutions, and royal families that have shaped Europe for centuries. Today, many of those ancient families no longer possess political power. Yet they still possess something remarkably valuable: tradition, influence, and connections that quietly reach across European society. These are people who understand monarchy better than almost anyone alive. They know that crowns can be inherited, but respect? Respect must be earned. And they believe Princess Leonor is earning it. So what exactly have they noticed that much of the world has overlooked? Stay with us, because the answer reveals far more than the story of one princess. It reveals the future of monarchy itself. Chapter 1, born into an impossible role. From the moment Princess Leonor was born in 2005, her destiny was already written. As the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, she became the heir apparent to one of Europe's oldest surviving monarchies. It sounds glamorous, but those closest to royal life know something the public often forgets. Being born to inherit a throne is less about privilege than responsibility. Every word is examined. Every gesture is interpreted. Every decision becomes part of history. Unlike celebrities, royals cannot simply reinvent themselves. Unlike politicians, they cannot campaign for popularity. Instead, they spend decades proving that they deserve a position they never asked to inherit. Princess Leonor has understood this from an astonishingly young age. Observers have watched her transform from a quiet child into a poised young woman who speaks with calm confidence, listens carefully, and rarely seeks the spotlight for its own sake. That restraint has not gone unnoticed. In Europe's aristocratic circles, self-discipline has always been considered one of the greatest virtues, and Leonor displays it repeatedly. Whether attending military training, representing Spain abroad, or delivering speeches with remarkable composure, she projects something increasingly rare in modern public life: consistency. Not perfection. Consistency. And for families whose histories span centuries rather than election cycles, consistency matters more than almost anything else. It tells them she understands that monarchy is a lifelong commitment, not a performance. That, perhaps more than anything, explains why Europe's old aristocracy has begun paying such close attention. Because they are not simply watching a princess. They are watching the making of a queen.